let's go. Hey, it's Rage and Pillage, interviewing all the players. Every place we filled and reminiscing on the days that we made a killing. Burley, no chill, man. Got the Viking mindset. Bring the minds to your buildings, leaving fire behind us. So reminder, we drink till the drain diminish. Give a fuck what you think. Came to Rage and Pillage. Are you ready?
Oh, hell yeah. Rage and Pillage podcast. Tuesday night. We're back on Tuesdays finally. Ratatata. Boom. I'm back drinking beer. It's carb-free beer, so I'll suck a dick right after the show per Ralph. My next protein drink is gonna be Semon. It's a French drink.
Straight shot right to the mouth.
Yeah. Just swimmers down the old gullet.
Hey.
Ralph is back. Fan favorite. Fucking, you're a regular now. I don't know. We got to come up with a cool name for regular. I think there's only two people, you and Rob. So we got to come up with regular, like a cool nickname or some such shit.
What about like a rager?
A rager? Yeah, I'm into that. Okay, we'll write that down. That's on the list. We're gonna think of more. That's on the list. I'm not mad at rager. Ragular.
Dope. Hell yeah.
I'm not real good at wordplay, Yuma. So, how the fuck you been, brother?
Dude, life has been good, man. A lot of shit's been going on since. When was the last time I was here? It was you, me, and Roach. I think it was in September.
Had you already headed off to LA by that show and came back?
No, I haven't gone out yet.
So let's talk LA. How'd that fucking go, bro?
I mean, I could fucking pack a bag and move. That's how it went. I mean,
I heard this on another show, and it's so fucking true. Like, you know how when you leave LAX, you went into LAX, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're leaving, you got to go through like Compton, Inglewood, all that shit, right? Like,
well, no. I was staying more on like the north end of LA, like over in Sherman Oaks.
But you don't drive through it like on the way there?
No. So Inglewood, Compton, that's like south central. I was like north.
Okay, I was staying. Okay, all right, yeah. So whatever. Okay, I drove through that area, right?
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like, it's not that bad. And then I heard somebody else, like some other people, like from New York. They're like, dude, I've lived in some shitty parts of New York. These motherfuckers got palm trees. What the fuck are they bitching about? You know?
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember thinking like, they it's not terrible. You know, you point out the bars on the windows, but other than that.
And that's the thing, like in New York, if you're on the first floor of the basement, you've got bars in the windows to begin with. And most of the houses over there, they're houses.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
probably
like
3-4 bedrooms.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad.
I mean, I only have a 3-bedroom house, and I'm sure that they're all about the same size as my house. Location's probably not great, but you know.
Yeah, I drove my first night I was in LA. My second night, I had shows out in Bellflower, and that shout out to the Stand Up Comedy Club. Those guys are great.
Is that the name of it?
Yeah, Stand Up. Yeah, that's what it was called. Let me tell you, dude, this is how dope this spot was. Each booth, like of the VIP booths that they have in the back of the room, are all geared around one like famous comedian. So like you had Carlin's Corner, you had Rickles,
no shit,
Rodney, oh God, I'm looking at her name, Joan Rivers, Phyllis Diller, like all these famous comedians, all-time greats.
No shit.
And like they had a big picture of them, and then like little things like little bits of like memorabilia.
That would have been cool to check out.
Yeah, it was dope, dude. First show was Comedy Juice, and I don't know if you know. There's like,
dude, I fucked up. I only went to like when I went to LA. My only thing was I have to go to the Comedy Store because I know the history and all that shit.
Yeah.
Have to go there, but I didn't go to any other ones. It was my my anniversary, so I'm having to do all the stuff my wife wanted to do. But I was just like, one night we have to go to the Comedy Store. But dude, if I ever go back, I'm going on my own terms. You know.
Yeah. I'll tell you, that's the dope part. Like, I don't know what traveling is like for you, but like for me, it was the same, just about the same distance between certain clubs. Like if I was on the train or if I was out there in a car. So
yeah, traffic was a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah. So it's so crazy because like half the time you could take the side streets and avoid the highway because everybody's on the highway.
Yeah.
So if you just take side streets, you just cut through everything. But yeah, dude, the what is it? The 101, the 10, and the 405 is just straight fucking gridlock, dude.
It's shit show, dude. I was 3 hours to go 10 miles or some shit. That's what sucks about LA. If you're living like where all the shit's happening, you can walk or scooter everywhere, that's cool. But
yeah,
we're trying to sightsee and we were losing half a day to travel, you know? It was
dude, I would spend. I'm a big I love the beach.
Yeah,
I love the beach. I love the beach, but like I like to meditate on the beach. So like I went to Santa Monica twice, and then I had a meeting up in Santa Barbara, so I went to the beach up that way.
They weren't crowded.
No, surprisingly, fucking cold.
I went. That was the coldest ocean I've ever touched. I grew up in Florida, and I was like, okay, I've been in the ocean a million times. God damn it, it was fucking cold, dude.
Yeah.
But I went to what is it? Venice.
Yep,
it was a shit show, dude. There's a million fucking people.
Yeah, Venice. You have the. I think that's right next to like the Santa Monica Pier.
Yeah,
like, all that stuff down there. Yeah, so that was about the biggest touristy thing I did was go to the Santa Monica Pier. And as a New Yorker, I was just like, all right, great. Check.
Is that your first time in LA?
Yes and no. It was my first time for stand-up. It was my second time there. But the last time I was there was in November of 2001. So like right after 9/11.
Oh, so nothing was cool then. Everybody was still sad. So
well, this is the thing though. This is how crazy it was. The girl that I was dating at the time, her aunt was like some big exec at like a market research company. So we stayed at her place in Beverly Hills.
Nice.
We drove. My ex. I did not get to drive at all. My ex drove. Yo,
look who the fuck is here.
What's up?
What a ragtag bunch we got here on the phone.
I think we're talking about your neck of the woods right now. We're talking about when we were visiting LA.
Oh, well, that's where I live. It's not where I'm from. I'm actually from where? Ralph, are you in New York?
Yeah.
You're a Queens guy, right?
I am. I'm from Queens. I'm from Ridgewood.
No show, right next door.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we're like cousins.
Are you from Astoria?
No, I grew up in a hippie town upstate called New Paltz.
Okay. Oh, my nephew went to school up there.
Yeah. Fucking great weed, man. Great weed.
You get that everywhere now.
Hold on, I gotta know before we move on. Is that behind you real?
Yeah, man. This is I'm doing this podcast from my office.
Oh,
that's shit. Your office?
Damn. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm the CFO of a company. They fucked up and control the purse strings.
Hell yeah.
What?
Hell yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
I won't say the name of the company so I won't get them in trouble.
Yeah. Wow.
That's
awesome. I didn't think many comics had like big boy jobs. Like that's fucking great.
Well, that's the thing, man. I wasn't working for the first, I started working this year. So it's my 7th year in comedy. So my first 6 years, I wasn't working. I had gotten a sweet deal where they bought the company I was working for and they bought me out of my equity. And it was like a couple of years worth of salary that I stretched out for a long time. But obviously the pandemic cleaned me out, as did many other comics. So I had to go back into the workforce.
Yeah.
Dude, I got a buddy of mine as an Austin comic. Shout out Dean Stanfield, but he got into the Bitcoin shit early.
Oh, good for him.
When it blew up, he sold a bunch of shit. Dude, he's just been living off that cash for a minute.
Well, that's the thing about a Ponzi scheme. You got to get in early and out early.
Dude.
And that's all that fucking bullshit is. I can't tell you how many comics told me, they're like, oh, Randy, you should really get into crypto. I'm like, dude, they pay you in drink tickets and fucking chicken nuggets. I'm not taking financial advice from you.
Did you not buy any?
No, I don't know anything about it.
I don't either, but I bought one. and I only had it for about a day, but I knew it was going to hit that Robinhood app, right? And fucking, and whenever it hit, there's a bunch of people just like me who were buying the fuck out of it because it was new. And fucking within 3 hours, I made like $1,500. I was like, done. That's all I needed. I spent $10, you know, good to go, you know.
Yeah. Well, also at that time, it was the middle of the pandemic, and I wasn't like, I mean, I know it came out before that, but, you know, when I wasn't about to take my stimmy check and put it in there.
You
know, I'd rather buy mushrooms and weed.
How dope were the stimulus checks? Those were fucking fire.
Oh man, getting $900 a week not to do shit. I wish.
Fucking sick, dude.
The good old days, man.
Yeah.
Maybe to stay home still. I don't want to go back out there. It's scary.
I know.
Bring back those.
Although I mean, I'll be honest. I missed doing the road. I mean, we did Texas and Florida, like any state that was open, we hit. But you know, I mean, I'm used to going out 3-4 weekends a month, and cutting that down to, you know, 1 weekend at best a month was fucking tough.
All right, so here I asked this to a lot of the comics that, you know, especially in the shutdown. I'm in Houston, by the way, so
nice.
We didn't have the shutdown like y'all did, but ever do stand up in the bed of a pickup?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, that's the one that I always want to know, like, because there's some stars that were doing shit in the bed of pickups.
Oh my God.
You know,
people were playing the forest. I mean, like literally just. I played a basketball court in Venice on like a fucking milk crate. It's just so desperate.
Just anything to get the itch.
And I'm not the most famous comic in the world, but I also wasn't the most famous comic on that lineup. Which I was surprised there to get fucking legitimate people out to that show.
Yeah, I remember seeing. I saw what brought that question. I saw a picture of Michael Che in the bed of a pickup in New York, and I was like, God damn, they had the itch bad. Everybody had the itch bad, I guess. Shit.
Oh my God. I knew guys playing subway cars because I did a bunch of shows with Stand Up New York, and they were doing them. They were just like doing pop-up shows in subway cars.
Yeah.
No
it was kind of like the like those homeless street performers.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Dude, I saw they were putting up clips of these fucking shows. I was like, no. That's like I can't go into the line.
Dude, I'll tell you the ones that really sucked that I hated was the Zoom shows.
Yeah.
Like, podcast over Zoom totally works, right? Because it's a conversation that totally works. But when you're like trying to flip screens to see laughter because people are on mute, it's like your timing's all off.
As a comic, I didn't think about it.
You feel like an asshole.
I didn't think about it from the comic's point of view. That had to have been fucking rough.
It was.
Oh yeah. My least favorite type of show is comedy over Zoom. But some guys made a ton of money doing that.
No shit.
Well, think about it, man. They were like selling, 400 or 500 tickets, but they weren't flying anywhere. So they're getting basically the same money with zero expenses.
Oh, shit. I didn't think about it. I mean, I just imagine let's just say there's 500 people in the Zoom call, right?
Mm-hmm.
And half of them let's say a third of them have a shitty internet connection. You're going to get delayed laughter. It's going to be all fucked off, you know?
That was the biggest problem. They're just trying to time, like, when do I start the next joke?
Yeah.
Because everyone would hear it at a different time. So I'm like trying to gauge when like that laughter crescendoed. And of course, most people had their shit on mute because they were bullshitting, talking around in their living room or whatever. So like, I just had to go on like facial gestures.
It's a fucking mime chat. Hell yeah.
Exactly. So I had a weird Tourette's tick. I was fucking up the start of my next joke.
Now, us three right here, like, let's just say you're an audience member. Are you going to try to do something to make the comic laugh? I mean, for sure, my fat ass is not going to be wearing a shirt. You're just going to see my tits on screen. It's going to be great. Fucking.
I mean, being a comic, I wouldn't do it. But if I was just a regular lay person, I would totally do something weird.
I'd have something probably very offensive or just strange, like behind me, like instead of like a wallpaper. Like I don't know what I'd have, but it would be fucking weird.
Just a Klan hood, just fucking
like a Smurf gangbang or something.
Hell
like
yeah,
that.
dude! This is a Confederate flag that works because they don't know.
Go all the way and do it like that dude on CNN, Jeffrey Toobin, who just started beating off in the middle of a Zoom call with other employees on the line. It's like, I didn't know my camera was on. It's like, yeah, but you still only had a phone call, man.
Is that the one where he pulled the fucking lotion out and all that shit?
I mean, he was full on beating off. He got fucking fired over it.
Hilarious.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't know the camera was on. Like, yeah, but even if you were on an audio only call, can't that wait for the call to end in 20 minutes before you start rubbing one out? Like, it's like a really weird time to need to do it.
Dude, that reminds me of that one. It still makes me laugh every time where the guy had the cat filter on.
Oh,
And he's
yeah,
like-
in the courthouse.
Yeah, I'm not a
Yeah.
cat. I assure you, I'm not a cat. Fucking
As if the judge thought a cat could talk, dude. If the
Dude.
judge thought a cat could talk, he'd spend more time trying to catch that cat, dude. Be
He
a
was-
gazillionaire.
he was from the
He'd have it
South.
on the road.
He had to have been from the South if he thought it was real. Fucking. Did you ever make it down to Houston, man?
Yeah, man, I did Riot. I think
Nice.
earlier this year in like February, and it was a ton of fun. Want to come back? The guys who run that are great. I also did the Secret Group a couple years ago. I don't know if they're still going on. But
They are.
there's a ton of good. Texas is one of my favorite states to play in. Man, we do Dallas, Fort Worth, San Antonio, Austin. So like
Dude.
all those towns are great. So I've never had a bad time doing any show anywhere in Texas.
I always beg all the comedians to come here because everybody just wants to go to Austin now. It's the fucking spot.
Yeah, I mean that's
now.
the hot spot. Austin, I feel like Austin's a little bit overrated. One because it like was cool, but now that everyone knows that it's cool, it's like fucking passe. It's lame.
Dude, it's horseshit now.
Yeah,
it's
and
horseshit
also
now.
it seems like everyone, like all the people that were kind of like filler here in LA moved to Austin. So LA got better by picking up some of our trash.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I like LA more now that people left and went to Austin.
I was thinking that the other day when I saw some sort of a list or something of all the LA comics that made it to Austin. I was like, God damn, who's left? Now everybody gets a chance to come up now over there.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing. I mean, there's more wiggle room there, but also even on like the lower levels, man. I know. So I started comedy in Boston back in the end of 2016, and I knew like open micers that were in Boston. Like, I'm going to move to Austin. It's like, dude, Joe Rogan is not going to see you at the fucking 3-minute open mic and say, "Yep, you're the next guy," and just pluck you out of obscurity.
Joe Rogan Rogan isn't exactly the only tastemaker either. You know what I mean? Just like,
yeah. I mean, you're better off coming up through the ranks at a place wherever you get the most stage time.
Yeah.
And if all the comics move to Austin, you're going to limit your stage time, right? I mean, like just by default, all those slots are going to get filled by everyone coming in. So I just recommend to any young comic, stick to where you can get the most stage time. And when you're ready, then move to a bigger city where you can sort of spread your wings a little bit more.
so you went from New York to Boston, then you started comedy in Boston.
Yep.
Okay, how'd you end up in fucking LA?
So I've been opening on the road for Jeff Dye for like 5 years now.
Nice. Okay.
And as soon as I started going on the road with him, he's like, "You should move to LA. You should move to LA." I'm like, I don't know, man. Things were going well in Boston. You know, I was comfortable. I was just kidding. I mean, I was like 15 months in when he started taking me on the road. And then finally, my second year on the road, he's like, "All right, man. Like, what's the reason? Why aren't you coming to LA?" And I'm like, it's either going to be LA or New York. And obviously, I'm more familiar with New York, being a born and raised New Yorker. But my big thing was like, yes, I told him, I was like, dude, I don't really, I don't know if I'll vibe with the people. I mean, LA is obviously gorgeous. People can be a little weird, this, that, and the other. And he's like, well, listen, dude, you trust me, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'll introduce you to my friends. Like,
Nice.
The other comics, regular people, key grips and directors, and people have real fucking jobs. Guys who work in the video game industry or in, like costume design, shit like that. I got the sense that everyone in LA was like an actor. And the problem with actors and actresses is that they don't know how to be real people. They know how to act like somebody else.
Yeah.
Like they can act normal. They don't know how to be normal, And that was a big thing for me. Once I got out here, I made a good group of friends, thanks to Jeff, and I met some other people just completely outside of the industry that I became very close friends with. I settled in nicely.
So yeah, it's fucking the worst show I ever had on this fucking podcast was an LA guy. Like, I still haven't aired it. I'm not
Okay.
but
we won't name names.
We won't name names. Not going to.
Yeah,
But
when you stop the stream,
yeah. But it was what you're talking about. It's like I have this image. There was no just spitballing, shit talking, none of that. He was worried about what people were gonna think, and
Dude,
I say wild shit on here. Okay, so Ralph recommended you. He said you're funny as shit. I checked you out, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say whatever's on my mind.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about people in LA, man. I tell this to my friends back east. They ask me like, "Well, what's it like?" I'm like, "LA is, physically it's beautiful, and it would be perfect if I could move everyone from New York to LA, everyone in LA into the fucking ocean, just drown them." Because I don't know how Southern California got this vibe. It's like, we're so laid back and chill. They're the most uptight people I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah.
The hardest audiences I play, they look around to see if they're allowed to laugh at a joke instead of just laughing, like. what would my friends think if I laughed at this joke? That should not be going through your head when you're sitting at a comedy show. If it strikes you as funny, you should just laugh.
So,
and there is a lot of that. People, they can't laugh at themselves. Like you were saying, back east, we call it breaking balls. You just,
right.
give each other shit. You can't do that. It's a lot of people in LA because they take it personally. It's like, no, man, I'm just fucking with you. I'm teasing you. You're like, calm down. You're like,
fucking weak.
You got to kind of soft pedal it for these fucking people out here.
It's if you cut your teeth in Boston, that's a little bit more harder as well, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, Boston has a long history of comedy. I mean, many of the greats that are working today, Rogan, Burr, Fitzsimmons, Patrice O'Neill.
When I think of shit talkers out of Boston, I always think of Robert Kelly.
Kelly.
He makes me laugh my dick off, man. He's funny.
I mean, going back, fucking, talking shit. Mark Maron, he talks a lot of shit. He started in Boston.
He turned into an LA guy.
But he talks a lot of shit.
He turned into a complaining LA guy, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, so there's a deep history in Boston. I was glad I started there. And I mean, for an open micer in Boston, shit, dude, I was doing 2 or 3 shows a night from the first time I started, for 3-4 straight years that I was out there doing it. And I mean, like I said, that's what you want. You want the stage time at the end of the day.
So here's a question. Okay, so preface, I have not stepped on stage for a single second, right? Now, I have a goal of by the end of the year, I'm going to do my first open mic.
Nice.
Now, in Houston, an open mic starts at goddamn midnight. Is that normal?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it depends. Usually they'll be like, an 8, 10 and midnight show, I feel like, is what they kind of roll with. I don't know, Ralphie, if that's the case. In New York, it's fucking from 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. you can go.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, I mean, the earlier the mic, the sadder the comics.
Oh yeah. That's for sure.
Cool with them.
But midnight's not too bad. I like it. Midnight will get you the drunk crowd if there is, civilians in the audience. I've done many a show where it's just a comic, but that's the thing about Boston too. Like Boston had a lot of fucking bar shows, man. So like there'd just be a bar and we would just start performing and the patrons wouldn't even know that an open mic. Oh no shit. So you'd like interrupt the fucking Bruins game with your bullshit and they'd be throwing things at you. Shut the fuck up. Like I'm in the middle of a punchline. It's like that kind of thing.
I guess this would be a question for both of you. Where's the weirdest place y'all ever did comedy? What's the oddest place?
Great question. I'll shoot first. I did one at a rave in the desert.
Nice.
Did a show at a rave in the desert. I've done one at a drag show. I'm into
that.
Doing it in Venice Beach Park on a basketball court during the pandemic was pretty fucking bizarre. I mean, I'm so pathetic, man. Like, I feel like a lot of comics starting out like that. Or even if you just love it, like, if there's a spot to do, I'll do it. Even if it's a shit gig. It's like, even if it sucks, it'll be a funny story. Like, I'll go and do it. Like,
hell yeah.
Yeah. I guess play off of what Randy said before, the saddest show, a Zoom show. No, I'm kidding. No, who's the sad boy? Not me. I love Zoom. It was great. No, I think for me, by far the weirdest show I ever did. There's honestly, you get to a certain point after, after like 8 years, you're just like, you just try to block them out. I did a divorce show. I did a divorce party. I was hired by the wife to roast her ex-husband who wasn't even there.
Oh, shit.
That's weird.
Yeah. It was just me. No other she was like, I just want you. I don't know. Just go up and tell your jokes.
So what did she do?
It sounds like she was trying to backdoor fuck you, my man.
No doubt.
Yeah, well, if you saw her new boyfriend, who was definitely mobbed up, I could tell. Like, you live in New York long, like if you move to New York, you can tell after a while. Like, growing up here, you just see so much shit. This dude had a Brooklyn, and this is definitely a stereotype at first, and I don't mean it to be.
Stereotypic systems are partially true, so let's just get that out of the way.
Definitely all true. He had the thickest Brooklyn accent I've ever heard, and then pulled out a knot that would choke a fucking mule.
Hell yeah.
And just started peeling off 20s and 50s and go, hey, you made me fucking laugh. You made me laugh. You made me spit out my drink. Here's some extra money for you.
Yeah, he owned a landfill in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What they say on Sopranos, like, I'm in sanitation. What does he say?
Yeah,
I'm in waste management.
Waste management. That's what it is. Waste management.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was definitely by far. Yo, the playhouse that her kids had was half the size of my fucking 1-bedroom New York City apartment.
Oh my god,
dude. I had a boss for one of the companies that I worked for, and his kids' like treehouse was air conditioned. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. It was fucking like you could tell a contractor built it. It was really fucking nice. Not the bullshit I made as a kid. And it had AC, like not an AC unit, tubing from the ground from an AC unit that was on a little slab. You know, it was fucking ridiculous, like full HVAC situation.
Jesus, dude. One time I went out to Terry Bradshaw, the NFL great. He had a big horse ranch out in Oklahoma. One time I went out to his ranch, and he had like next to the main house, there was like a little gated area with what I thought was like a fun house for kids, like for his grandkids or something. And then I saw the dogs running around in there. He's like, Terry, what is that? He's like, oh, no, that's the dog's house. He's got like 8 dogs. 2 stories, had like ramps to get to the second story and shit. They had a pool. The dogs had their own fucking pool.
No shit.
Unreal, dude.
That's white to the umpteenth power. Fucking that's the what's the whitest thing you can do?
A little white trashy. I mean, it's a dog, dude. You should just leave it outside. They don't need.
Yeah,
so that hurts my feelings that those dogs have a better life than I do.
Easily better life than I do. Not even close.
Did y'all see Michael Irving shitting on his kid yesterday? I think.
Oh my God,
so I guess his kid's a rapper, right? And he's on fucking ESPN talking about, my son is talking about like he's from the streets. You grew up in a gated community, threw out his rap name, fucking everything. Wow. Just put his son on blast on ESPN. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, bro.
How fucking time, dude.
Maybe Tom Hanks should have done it to his fucking kid. He's got the one kid who's a decent actor, the other one who's a fucking menace.
Fucking White Boy Summer, dude. That's one of the greatest music videos ever fucking made. Have you seen this, Ralph?
What? No, dude. I thought he only had the one kid. The one that was,
he's got a wigger kid, dude. It's really bad.
Colin Hanks, I think, or something.
No, Chet Hanks. Chet Hanks.
Can we still say that word, by the way?
I say it hard. I'm in Texas, dude. It's okay. You're over there in Blueville.
Yeah. You can say wigger with a hard R.
Yeah, it's a wigger, Yeah, he's a fucking wigger kid for sure. Fucking yeah. He's Chet Hanks, dude. I think, but
so it's Chet. So his son Colin is the actor, and Chet is like that, the hip hop wannabe. And I don't know how you become a hip hop artist named like fucking Chet. I think you're precluded from hip hop when they name you Chet.
Let me see if I can.
I feel like Chet is short for Chester.
Oh my God, the child molester, baby.
Chester Cheeto. Yeah, this dude. Yo, I'm looking at a picture. Yeah, dude, this kid looks awful. This is not a rapper.
Dude, he should be thankful that his dad is Tom Hanks and just shut up.
He's got a video called White Boy Summer, dude.
Dude, he looks like somebody that's going to get shanked in prison.
I'll break the YouTube rules for this because it makes me laugh so fucking hard. Where the fuck is it? White Boy Summer. Is this it?
Recordings just.
God damn it. All right, ignore this, everybody.
Constant with the ads.
Local recordings.
Oh no, where's the video, bitch?
Oh, they might have pulled it, dude.
As soon as you get a bag, these bitches want to take it from you. Take it.
He goes by Chetty Hanks. That's even worse than Chet.
I fucked that one up.
Oh, okay.
I've been drinking.
Chetty Hanks.
Yeah, he sounds like an Indian fucking 7-Eleven owner with that name, Chetty Hanks.
Oh, where's the video?
He does it with the I. CHETI.
Yeah, exactly. AEDI, Chetty Hanks.
Dude, they pulled the video.
They definitely did. I'm sure he dropped an N-bomb in it or something. They fucking
Wait, these are people reacting.
It's always a reaction video.
God damn it. Okay, well, just know it's fucking hilarious.
I bet. What a loser.
But yeah, he's tatted head to toe, and I think there's a picture of who's
What do you think that is, though? You think that's like his ego talking, that like he wants to be his own man, so he's gonna like shun the fact that he's Hollywood royalty? It's like,
Yeah.
you ingrate, you fucking, like, you're so unthankful for how good your life is. Like, people, of course, are going to hate you if you're turning your back on how good you got it.
Well, I mean, isn't his pops in some sort of weird like right wing conspiracy right now?
His dad?
Yeah, Tom
What did his
Hanks.
dad
Like,
do?
I mean,
they're claiming that he's like some sort of a pedophile. That's why he's.
That's everyone in Hollywood.
Well,
man.
he has like Greek citizenship. He moved out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Ooh.
Like
After
the whole Epstein shit.
I was going to say, was he on Epstein Island?
Well, that's the rumor. I don't know the fucking.
What do you think Epstein Island sold for after he left? Do you think you get an island at a
not
discount?
enough? Have you seen
no,
it? It's beautiful.
I think it got more expensive.
Really?
I think it got more expensive just because, like, if you're rich, why wouldn't you buy some weird like, all right, dude, imagine you have $1 billion. All
right.
Like,
I'm
wouldn't
not talking to you two right now if I do, but okay.
So assuming
We wouldn't know each other at all, but okay.
Okay. I got the number. How much it sold for? All right.
How much?
Oh, no. Let's finish your thing, Ralph, and then I'll drop this bomb on
like,
you.
if I was loaded, if I had like Monopoly kinds of money, I would want to buy. Anybody can buy a painting, and you could buy a Van Gogh, a Picasso, but like buying some weird, fucked up shit. Like, I'm not saying I would buy Epstein Island by any means.
Yeah,
but like, buying some fucking goofy, weird shit. Like, that's what it means to be rich. Just have that fuck you money.
Yeah, I hear you on that, but I feel like something like Epstein Island has a it has a negative connotation worse than like, buying like a haunted house. Because a haunted house, at least you can like, let's do tours and maybe you'll see a ghost. It's like you buy Epstein Island, it's like, all right, what do you like? It's always going to be known as Epstein Island. What do you give tours? Like, this is where Bill Clinton sodomized a young woman.
Yeah,
Prince Andrew, held the girl captive for a week. Like, what the fuck are you going to do?
What if it was a really nice resort, fellas? What if it was a really nice resort?
Rich people tours, though. Because I feel like that's the thing.
It just sold for $60 million by Steven Deckoff to create a luxury resort.
60 million.
60 million. That's it. I would have thought.
That's what I'm saying. I think you got it
more.
at a discount. See, that's the thing too. Like, to be fair, even if I was a billionaire, if I can get $100 million property at 60, I'm buying it.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm buying it. I'll knock down all the buildings, put up new ones so people can't recognize it anymore. Put a new runway, level out the place so people can't tell like what happened where.
Do you think those extravagant buildings add a little value though?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like if you,
I don't know if Valerio is Jewish, but he had he had a whole Jewish situation with the whole like gold top building and all that shit, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So he had like a whole, is it a synagogue? That what it's called?
Yeah. Synagogue.
So I don't know. I don't want to say anything wrong. I pissed off some Muslims with one of my YouTube videos the other day. So
I mean, they're very excitable people. I don't know if you've seen what's going on in the news lately.
Dude, they're all peace and love. I don't know what anybody's told you, but all peace and love. Okay.
Yeah. You know what bothers me about the whole thing? Everyone has to take a stand. I stand with this. I stand with that. I fucking lay down. Everything in life is better on my back. That's what I've learned. You know what I'm saying?
It's better than ass up for sure.
Standing up, walking around, doing shit is no. I'd rather be lying down. Yeah. I don't stand with anybody. If you want to lie down with me, we can lie down on some shit. But
I gotta take a break. I need a rest.
I have my thoughts on this. I have my thoughts on the situation, but they're my thoughts. I'm not saying them out into the ether. I'm gonna make jokes though. I'm gonna make jokes.
Now, dude, they fucking walked out on Dave Chappelle the other night, and it's like, well, first of all, listen, Dave Chappelle's obviously one of the greatest to ever do it, but at some point, he's gonna have to take responsibility for the controversy that he stokes. It's like, like when he did a third special in a row talking about trans people, it's like, all right, dude, now you're stepping on old material at this point. Can we move on? If you're gonna bring up a war that happened 3 days ago. Of course, somebody in the audience is going to be upset. Someone's going to be on this side, someone's going to be on that side, and not everyone's going to be happy. So it's like one of those things. Like, you don't expect. Sorry, just waving back.
I was just waving back. I'm friendly. I'm from the South, dude.
He has no idea. I'm over here just trashing both sides of the Middle East war.
Yeah, I have my thoughts, and I don't preach it all out there and shit. But I do agree what you're saying about Chappelle, though. That last special got a little preachy.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the other thing too. That's why to this day, dude, I think the best special since he came back, in my personal opinion, is still his first one, Deeper in the Heart of Texas, because that was just straight fucking hammer, straight club jokes. There was no like message.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to educate anybody on anything. He wasn't like tiptoeing around a political subject. It was just whatever the funny thing to say is, I'm going to say it. And go back and watch it, man. That's 13 years worth of fucking club jokes that he unleashed in one night. After taking 13 years off, and since then he started talking about more topical stuff and getting a little more philosophical.
Yeah.
And I just like a fucking club set, man. I'm one of those guys.
To
make me laugh. I don't care how appropriate or inappropriate it is. Say the funniest thing you can say every minute you're up there.
To me, I think he started. He started. How do you say it? Just believe in his own shit smell.
Oh yeah.
So
press a little bit.
I still think he's the GOAT, but he shouldn't tell me he's the GOAT.
Oh,
does that make sense?
Well,
yeah.
I'm a big believer in that, Burley. It's one of those things. It's like, if you're the shit, no one you shouldn't have to say it.
Should be undeniable.
Like, everyone already knows.
Yeah, it should be undeniable.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody knows the deal. Like if you have to, it's like, you see Rich Kid says, "Do you know who my father is?" If your father was that big of a shit, no, you wouldn't have to say that. Everyone knows who Donald Trump Jr.'s dad is. Everyone knows who fucking Hunter Biden's dad is, right? Only if your dad isn't famous or powerful enough, you have to say some dumb shit like that. If you're the man, you don't have to go around saying it. Everyone just knows.
No shit. Well, I mean, okay, you guys are. I don't know what your end goals are, right? Is it fame or is it success? There's a difference, right? So what are y'all's end goal? I am fucking great tonight, fellas. I'm asking great questions. God damn it. Usually it's,
I got an interesting, I've thought about this.
Usually it's dick and balls jokes from me. So,
yeah, I mean, for me, I want to hit it. I want success, and success for me doesn't have to be rich. It means that I can support myself, support my family.
What about fame though? Fame versus success is a little bit different. Right?
Fame, I think fame is overrated. I want to be able to go out and have a cup of coffee and not get dry humped by people that want a fucking autograph.
Yeah.
I don't want people to hound me because of a joke I did 7 years ago.
You don't want to be Mr. You don't want to be Mr. Hot Pocket. Sorry, Jim Gaffigan.
No, I don't. I want to be I just want to be me, man. That's it. I know that sounds corny as fuck.
No, I mean, but that's
true. Like, I don't know.
I mean, dude, that's the thing about fame. Like in our business, fame is connected to success, right? Because if you're very famous, you generate a lot of money, right? Generate a lot of revenue wherever you go. So there's financial success that comes with that. But before I got into comedy, I was a banker and shit, and those guys are infinitely more rich and more wealthy than anyone I've met in LA. But you don't know who they are,
right?
But who's fucking Larry Fink? He's the fucking founder of BlackRock, the biggest asset management company in the world. You guys wouldn't know who the fuck he was if he came up and slapped you in the face.
Exactly.
But that guy is infinitely more powerful than any douchebag in Hollywood, including a lot of the studio heads. He finances them. But so I came out of that world. So it's I think being rich is more enjoyable than being famous, because you have all of the best parts about being famous. You can pay for everything. You have all the money in the world, but you have anonymity. But I agree with Ralph in terms of my career. I don't need to be Kevin Hart to be happy in this business.
Right.
I look up to guys more like, a Joey Diaz or a Bill Burr or Patrice O'Neal. I mean, Bill Burr now is huge, but he wasn't when, he was an overnight success after doing it for 30 years. But Patrice O'Neal, that guy put it great on the Ron and Fez show once years ago when I was listening to, fucking internet radio back in like 2010. I heard him say, he's like, look, he was talking to Ron. He's like, look, I play an average room's like 300 people a room, right? And there's 300 million people in the country. And if I do, rooms with 300 people and I get one person to fuck with me out of that whole room, one person will spend $20 a year on something that I produce. If I do enough rooms around the country, I'll hit all 300 million people. That means I'll have 1 million people willing to spend $20 on me a year. That means I'm making $20 million a year. You're not by any stretch of the imagination, world famous like fucking Johnny Depp, but you're living very, very nice.
Hell yeah.
And you have your fans that fuck with the kind of shit that you wanted. That's what I'm shooting for. Like, I don't, I'm not doing this to get on a fucking movie set or to be on TV. I'm doing this because I want to build a fan base that likes what I do and comes and fucks with me.
If it's offered, though, are you taking the movie deal?
Oh, yeah. Knows money, baby. You fucking crazy?
How do you think I lost all this fucking weight, bro?
Yeah, what are you, nuts, man? Fucking for money. That's the other thing about money, man. People have really unrealistic expectations about it. You know, people like, I remember I was asking somebody someone was asking me, they were like, oh, would you slap your mother for $1 million? I was like, my mom would slap me if I didn't slap her for that million. You fucking. Like, I'm gonna
butterbean the fuck out of her for sure.
Yeah. I remember I asked somebody one time, I was like, would you kill a homeless guy for $100 million? He goes, no way. Like, even if you couldn't get caught? He goes, yeah, absolutely not. I'm like, what are you, fucking stupid? Like,
okay.
That's enough money to change everyone's life around you that you love. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta wait. It's called expected return. One dead life is worth fucking 200 people's lives changed in my book.
The shit I did to homeless people as a teenager, just for the shits of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I pray to God I don't get canceled by association because of you two. God damn it.
You guys. Here's a great question for you guys. My buddy Nate Roscoe, comedian out of Florida, he does this man on the street stuff, and it's great. He's a good-looking young cat, and he'll ask like conservative people weird questions and liberal people weird questions to try and kind of box him into a corner. And one of my favorites that he did recently was he walked up to like a young girl on a college campus, like FIU or something.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, man, can I ask you a question? She's like, sure. She's like, would you say the N-word to end world hunger? And she goes, oh, no, absolutely not. I'm like, what?
Yeah. I'm dropping hard R's.
Dave, if you said the N-word and could end world hunger.
Dude, I was like, how many times? Fucking
yeah, exactly. I asked a friend of mine last night, and she goes, with a hard R, of course.
Yeah, dude. I'm glad there's not a camera. I'm glad there's not a mic in my car in traffic. Fucking.
Really trying to.
Yeah, listen, I only say it to hurt black people's feelings. So
yeah, dude. It's only when I'm angry, if that helps.
Yeah, I only say it out of anger.
Yeah.
I never do it for comedy, just when I'm angry.
Yeah. Jokes are mean, guys. Jokes are mean. Fuck. But yeah, the reason I thought of that was because I watched this little mini documentary about, who's handled like success and fame in a crazy fucking way super well? Keanu fucking Reeves.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Dude, he's always in New York riding the subway and shit. People don't even bother him.
Yeah, he has maintained that he doesn't want to be this, Tom. If you look at who do you think makes more money? When I looked this up, I don't know if it's the same. This was like 2 years ago. Will Smith, Tom Cruise, Keanu Reeves. Who do you think's got a bigger net worth? It's Keanu. Yeah, it's Keanu.
Yeah, well,
that's crazy.
The Matrix franchise, he makes. I mean, he's like a producer on it, so he makes hundreds of millions every time a new one comes out.
Oh, dude, you ever see what he gives his the staff?
Oh, he gives them like most of his actor's salary. Like he'll get a salary for being an actor, and then he gets back end points on it, and he'll just give away his whole salary.
Gives away all of his like acting salary. Also, he owns some sort of motorcycle company. I don't know shit about motorcycles, but he owns a motorcycle company. Buys them all motorcycles. Just gives them all to him. Fucking the dude seems like a pretty fucking nice guy.
Dude, one of my favorite Hollywood stories has got to be George Clooney. So George Clooney, obviously, world famous actor and all that, but he started a production company that was super successful, and then he got into the Casamigos thing, and he made off of that. He made like $300 million. It was more than he ever made.
There's a B in there. He's a billionaire because of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So what he did was after he sold Casamigos, he flew in his 17 closest friends for a week of partying to his Lake Como estate, which is obviously gorgeous in Italy. At the end of the weekend, he had like a big, one of these big long fucking, like Gotham City tables where he had them all sitting around, having a dinner.
Yeah.
At the end of the dinner, he had a bunch of attendants come up with suitcases, and he put a suitcase in each front of them. And in the suitcase was $1 million in cash for each one of his 17 closest friends. And he only had two rules. He said, one, the taxes are paid. It's $1 million free and clear. And two, all of you get it if only all of you accept it. None of you can say no to the money. And some of his friends were, other, Hollywood actors or whatever.
Yeah. But
one of his friends was a fucking bartender at the Tuscaloosa airport. Like he was a fucking nobody.
Holy shit.
He just he basically handed out $17 million in cash as a gift to his friends after he sold his business. he's like, that was the most fun I ever had at a party. Was giving away $17 million in cash.
You know, he's sitting there going like, none of you motherfuckers better say no, you pieces of shit. I'm tired of hawking drinks at the airport. Fuck all of you. You know?
One guy.
You fucking pieces of shit. Better say yes. You know?
Yeah, I mean, most of those guys are just normal guys, but some of them were wealthy. But he's like, yeah, y'all have to take it. If one of you refuses, all of you can't get it. So everyone's like, all right, I guess we're taking $17 million from George Clooney.
Can you imagine?
It's gotta be weird. It's got to be weird for them to have to bury the one person that said no to.
Yeah, they all made 1.1 million because they killed the guy.
So funny story about this trip.
There's gonna be There's gonna be a good tip to a grade digger somewhere in Italy at that point, right?
Yeah. Ted's not coming back anymore. Ted's
he's out.
In Lake
Good news, we're all a little richer.
Yeah.
Do y'all still buy lotto tickets? Do y'all still buy them?
From time to time when I want to buy a dream for $1.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm the same way, but I'm real weird about. Yeah, see, okay.
Oh, you got him.
It looks like you're blurring it out because of the background thing. Like you're not going to see my numbers.
The computer wouldn't let him do.
Yeah. I get weird about the lottery. I'm like, okay, it's a waste of money 9 times out of 99.9999 times out of 10.
160 million times is a waste of money.
Oh, don't throw odds at me. It hurts my head. But I'm weird about it to where I'll only buy one if it's over 100 million.
Yeah. Well, that's how they get you too, dude. The bigger the pot, the more money they have coming in. It's actually kind of a poor tax. I thought about this because obviously, if you're worth $1 billion, you're not bothering with lotto tickets. But if you're working at the fucking mill making $18 an hour, you want to get out of the mill, so you buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
So in a weird way, it's a little bit of a poor tax, but the key is not to spend too much money on them, right?
Oh, no.
If you buy one ticket a week, that's fine. You're buying a little dream, no big deal.
Yeah.
We all spend more on a fucking coffee nowadays, unfortunately. But I know people back in fucking Ridgewood spending 50, 60, 80, $100 a week on lottery tickets. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, you're not going to win enough to cover that loss. Like, put 99 of those dollars back in your pocket, buy one and move on.
I was telling this story the other day about I went into a gas station and there was a dude in a full business suit sitting there scratching a stack of scratchers.
That's what it is, dude. Scratch offs are worse than fucking lotto tickets.
Well, that's a little bit of a junkie fix. It's kind of like playing at the casino playing slots.
Yeah.
Yo, all right. So this is actually then for both of you, and this blew my mind. In Burley, you live in this, and Randy being on the road. Yo,
racism, retardation. Wait, what else?
What else can we cover? We canceled the episode. I'm gonna fucking come back to work tomorrow. My door's gonna be locked. I'm like, oh shit!
I did warn you. This was like free flow.
I like it, man. I like it.
Fellow Ragers. Yo, how crazy is it going to a gas station or like a convenience store and they have slot machines right there? Like that's the thing about the South that blows my mind.
Not in the South. Not in my South. Not in Texas. Gambling's illegal here. We are very Christian, sir.
Oh, still, that's right. You guys have to go to Oklahoma to get your.
Yeah, we got to go to Oklahoma or Louisiana. Yeah,
dude, I'm convinced that's the biggest reason the mafia doesn't exist anymore is because the government took over all their revenue sources.
And let's be honest,
making money off of liquor, right? And they made that legal back after Prohibition. The state lottery replaced the Italian lottery. Usury loans as payday lenders on every fucking corner, charging you 200% a week. I mean, juice loans that they used to give out. All the shit that they used to make money off illegally, the government said, fuck that, we're going to make our cut. And they took over, right?
Yeah,
drugs, half of the drugs are legal in this fucking country.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It seems like a lot of the drugs are getting legalized as we move forward. Man, what do they fuck with now? It can't really be waste management.
Yeah. Well, what they do is they actually operate a lot of the gambling sites that you have online. So a lot of those online gambling sites are run out of Panama and just owned by mobsters up in the Northeast.
Okay.
They make a ton of money on that. And they also do a lot of stock scams. And I bet now crypto scams, man, I bet they're fucking crushing it, ripping people off on crypto.
What were those things called? The pictures that you could buy for millions of dollars? What were those called?
Oh, yeah. The NFTs.
NFTs. Yeah.
The biggest jerk off investment of all time. Oh, my. Dude, I could have told you that was worthless from the moment I saw it.
I tried selling a NFT. I got one tweet that fucking it blew up. I mean, 17 million people saw it, almost 1 million likes. It was something stupid about COVID, but somebody was like, "Yo, you should sell this as an NFT." And I go, "Well, how much?" And they go, "Fuck it, make up a price." And I put it up for 50 grand. I was like,
did anybody talk to you about it? Like,
no.
Okay. It wasn't that good of a tweet.
That was my only experience with NFTs. I had to look up what an NFT was in order to try to sell this fucking screenshot, this tweet.
Dude, you know what? You know what a lot of these NFT guys were doing? It's a classic pump and dump, right? Because it's an unregulated market. What they were doing was, I would sign up, I would put an NFT up, right? And then I would create 25, 30, 50 dummy accounts and just put fake bids in to make it look like there was heat coming onto this thing.
Shit.
Then you get one real bidder and then you stop bidding and that asshole had to buy it.
See, you're a fucking financial guy. Why aren't you rich right now? God damn it. You should have done that shit fucking.
Dude, he's living his dream as a broke comic.
It sounds like you could have done this over the weekend.
If I wasn't in comedy,
it sounds like you could have drew a stick figure and did this over the weekend and been a fucking millionaire.
Yeah, maybe. Listen, I'm going to go talk to my therapist about this after this fucking episode. It's like, what is my problem with not wanting money?
I had no idea that's what they did. I was sitting there going like, there's a bunch of retard rich kids out there fucking crushing life.
Yeah, and it's also not. It's illegal to do that on the stock market. It is not illegal to do that in crypto because there's who the fuck is regulating crypto? Nobody. Some Russian bot. That's who's fucking regulating it.
It all goes back to Putin, right? God damn. Okay.
all roads lead back to that little fucking mutant out there in the tundra. I better watch my mouth. He'll fucking send a hitman over here.
Dude, we are listen. Randy, I don't know if you know this. Me and Ralph are the biggest Putin supporters that there are.
Oh,
so
really?
just no, I don't fucking know. I don't even vote, dude. I don't give a fuck.
I know, yeah, vote.
I can't. Yeah,
while
can't even leave the country.
While I have this ready to rock.
All right.
What do we got here? You're gonna love this.
Shit, wow.
Wait for the booties.
These bitches want to take it from me. Take it. Fuck it. Yeah. Fuck it. Turn it up, the beat in my headphones. Just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. White boy summer. I met a bad little shorty on the powder dance, getting to the bag like it was her only chance. Rich bitch, known to run up them bands. Said fuck it, then she went and made her OnlyFans. Hot boy, white boy summer.
You gotta give it to the guy. I mean, the bars aren't bad, but god damn.
I mean, the bars are pretty terrible, but
yeah,
he threw in OnlyFans.
That's a bunch of thick bitches.
Yeah. Listen, Burley, we're from New York. We know hip hop, dude.
Yeah, that's not gonna cut
awful.
My
We're
brother's
the
music.
In Houston, we got Paul Wall. Okay, all right.
Paul Wall.
Let me tell you, Paul Wall's career went into a wall, a brick.
Listen, dude,
what happened? Yeah,
he's
who's Mike Jones? I don't know. No one knows where he is.
Yeah,
right
he
now.
disappeared, but Paul Wall's still royalty down here.
Let me tell you, you guys fell off after fucking Scarface. Okay, that's it.
Oh, Scarface is killer.
Wrong. You don't remember Chameleonaire riding dirty? Remember that shit? Fucking Bun B with Big Pimpin' with Jay-Z, Bun B and Pimp
Jelly
C.
Roll from Texas? Where's that fucking fat fuck from?
He's from Sister Fuck Alabama or some shit.
Okay.
I don't know where he's from. I don't know where he's from. I don't like Jelly Roll.
He's from a small town called Incest, Alabama.
Yeah, he's like
sister fucker.
The only place. Yeah. His whole town is buffets apparently. Have you seen his old lady, by the way?
I'm sure she's hot.
Stupid hot. Like been with him when he was poor. Like stupid
I don't know
hot.
about that.
No, I looked it up.
Potential. That's the other thing. Listen, man, you know this. Come on, Burley. Women date potential, right? If they see you on the rise, they will hitch their wagon. God
damn it! I got married. I got married too early.
That's how a lot of musicians get chicks before they're famous, right? It's like, he plays in a band though. It's like that's how comedians get laid. It's like, he made 20 people in a fucking dungeon laugh for 10 minutes. Like that guy has something going for him.
Oh Jesus Christ, dude! She is ridiculously hot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I let her give me pink eye.
Does he outweigh her by like 10 to 1? Like what are we talking about?
10 to 1 easy.
Like he flosses with her.
Yeah.
However, I'm looking at a pic and it doesn't even look like she has fingernails. It looks like she has Wolverine claws.
She's that kind of girl for sure. Yeah. You know what you're talking about.
That look I really don't like. It kind of scares me.
No, you know that there's shit under those nails, right? How do they wipe?
Oh yeah, she's a total piece. Yeah. Total piece. I mean, I wouldn't let her jerk me off with those nails, but she's a total piece.
Nah, dude.
Right?
Look, you know what?
Well, Randy, if you ever wanted a vasectomy,
That's
there you
right.
go.
Get a free vasectomy. Get a handy and a vasectomy all at once.
That's
Little
it.
2 for 1.
So
That's how she gets you. She slices them, and then she catches the stuff that's in your dick still. That's
Could you imagine her fingering your butthole with that thing?
oh yes, I can. Yes, I can, sir. That's my whole thing.
Yes, I can.
You're
Talk
in my
slow. I'm getting hard.
welcome to my world, motherfucker.
oh man. So you're bleeding from the rectum.
Yeah, I barely knew her, dude. I barely knew her. Fucking speaking of mushrooms earlier, did y'all see that story about the pilot who took mushrooms before trying to down the flight?
What?
Yeah,
Who is
dude.
this?
This dude
Wait,
fucking
is this
rules.
the guy from London?
I think the flight was, let me look at it. Alaskan Airlines.
Yo, let me tell you, greatest airline in the history of airlines.
We're a big fan of Alaska too, Ralph. I gotta say, I went to Alaska recently to perform and flew Alaska Air. It's fucking super nice, super convenient. The people are like, it's like the exact opposite of Spirit Airlines.
Well, dude, they are starved for people up there. If y'all go to Alaska, like they would love
exactly.
comedians up there.
Yeah, but this is the thing though. Alaska flies all over between the West Coast and the East Coast, and you can get it right out of JFK. Yo, so I was supposed to do shows in San Francisco last month, and that was when New York got hit with that like fucking monsoon typhoon.
Oh yeah.
Flooded. So I was stuck at JFK the entire day. My flight was supposed to leave at 1:00. I got there at 11. I didn't leave till 8:00 at night on no flight. Like I couldn't, like I missed my show, and it was like, you know what it's like when you have that one like anchor show for the whole trip.
Oh yeah.
I had that, and of course it had to be Friday night, and it didn't pay for me to go for the other show. So I was like,
and nothing stresses you out more too. At least me, man. Like if you're fucking cutting it, like the best part of my week is going to a show, especially on the road, and you're like, fuck, I'm looking forward to this gig, and like something fucks it up. You're like, God damn it, dude.
Yeah. So
I just realized I'm a piece of shit, Ralph. I'm sorry. I was in Vegas at Skankfest, just sending Ralph pictures. I mean, how much fun I'm having, and I didn't even. I saw all the flooding videos. I never even asked you, "Were you okay?" I feel like an asshole.
He just sent a video of himself doing coke off a stripper's nipple.
Yeah, I'm
and you're sitting in the airport like an asshole.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I was on. I was on everything.
Where are you? She's got 2 titties. Like, sorry, I can't make it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Why are you here?
Were you good?
Stall were you in?
Were you good for all that? I'm sorry, dude. My bad.
Oh, dude, I'll always be fine, man. I survived. I survived her in New York by myself. I survived Hurricane Sandy, COVID, and whatever the fuck this was.
Well, COVID wasn't real, but anyways, fucking.
Oh God!
Yeah, but he was really locked in his apartment for fucking 12 months.
Oh yeah, they fucked you. The disease didn't fuck you. The government did. Fuck it.
Yeah. Thank the mayor. Was it de Blasio, that cocksucker?
Oh, okay. Well, you mentioned that just now, and it fucking like, oh, I'm a piece of shit. I'm showing you like I'm hanging out with so and so and this guy, whatever, and you're just like, that's cool. You know?
Great. I'll get there in 2 days. Hopefully the party's still going on.
Listen, I'm never gonna be that kind of dude to shit on somebody's parade like that. Like, fuck that. Just shoulder it. It's all good.
Yeah.
You know, listen. The only thing I cared about, as long as my notebooks didn't get wet. My laptop didn't fry and my car didn't float away. That's it.
Well, that's the thing too. That I feel like there's a difference between jealousy and envy. Like jealousy, I feel like has a negative connotation. Like you don't want someone else to have that, or you think you deserve it more than them. Envious in my mind is like, oh, I'm glad they have that. I want that too.
There's a lot of envy in stand-up.
I'm okay with that. Like I'm glad. I'm happy for their success. I can't wait for mine. I don't begrudge anyone their success.
There's a lot of envy in stand-up, for sure. I've heard it on my show.
Yeah. Dude, that's the thing I don't get. Like, there's enough work out there for everybody. Don't hoard it. Because it puts bad fucking vibes in the universe, man. Like, that's the problem. People just don't get it. They don't see the bigger picture. My dad used to say this as a kid. He used to say, people miss the forest for the trees.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's, honestly, I feel like that's a lot of the entertainment business. And the people that you can tell are special are the ones that are going to go to the top because they want to collaborate. Anybody at the bottom, they're the envious, jealous types. They're fucking bickering and fighting, and it's like,
absolutely.
No, I'm going to collaborate. Like,
look at a guy like Matt Rife right now, right? Some people are hating on Matt Rife and his success. And I knew Matt before he blew up, and I know him now. He's a great guy, and I'm super happy for his success. But just because he's successful is not taking away from my success in any way.
Yeah.
In fact, if I think about it, the audience that he's bringing in are women who fucking, 17-year-old, 18-year-old, 20-year-old girls that would never come see my show.
Yeah.
But because now he's introducing them to comedy, they might go check out another comedy show. They might find me and actually might enjoy my shit. So it's not like his success is by any means taking money out of my pocket.
Yeah, for sure. And I've talked about Matt Rife on this show 1,000 times, and I'll preface it with, this is not like me shitting on the guy. He's amazing at the crowd work stuff, right?
Yeah.
I think that okay, I'll ask y'all this. Do you think that's going to kind of fuck him up? Because
that's the one thing it could.
Okay.
But what it really was going to do is going to just, it kind of, and I've seen it, like sometimes he wants to get into some of his material and he just can't because they're talking to the crowd and they keep talking to him. So it kind of forces him to like shoehorn in the stuff he wants to talk about because the crowd is so demanding that they give him what they think they want out of him.
And he's easily
like Larry the Cable Guy is now going to always be Larry the fucking Cable Guy. He'll
he's
never
fucked.
be Dan Whitney again because he can't. No one wants to see him as Dan Whitney, and that's a little bit of a shame. So I'm just hoping
at the same time, Dan Whitney also, Larry the Cable Guy also got him in a Pixar movie, and he's rich beyond our wildest dreams, right?
I mean, he made more money out of than all those fucking blue collar guys in the end when it's all said and done.
100%. When was the last time you saw old Jeff Foxworthy?
I mean, Jeff Foxworthy
might be a redneck.
Make no mistake, Jeff Foxworthy is probably worth $150, $200 million, but Dan Whitney's worth 3 times that, 5 times that. I mean, he's worth probably $500 million. I mean, it's incredible. He plays like the Oklahoma Sooners fucking like arena, which is like 110,000 people. Like, Jeff Foxworthy ain't selling out the Texas Dome or whatever the fuck.
You know what? I got to tell you then, to pick up off of that, because we were talking about fame and success. That's the level I think you and I would love to get to, where you're doing maybe a show a month, but it's a fucking arena like that. Like that would be
cool, but I would still like to be in the clubs every night, man, because I like club shows like that. The environment of being in a club, like I feel like even if I was as big as Dan Whitney or Joe Rogan, I'd still be doing the fucking Hollywood Improv, if they gave me a spot, because I like comedy clubs. It's just
and a lot of those guys still pop into those small clubs.
Oh yeah,
right?
a ton of them do.
Yeah, just to like work out, like work stuff out. But like I think in terms of like paying gigs,
oh for sure,
like to hit your payday, like doing something like that. That's unnecessary callback.
No, you're right. Jeff Dye was saying one time to me on the road, he's like, dude, it'd be great to like be like a big arena comic. He's like, but I would still do like an evening with Jeff Dye type of show at a 300-seat comedy club and just charge $500 a ticket. So only your most loyal fans go. I'll do an hour show and then I'll do the meet and greet, and you guys could pay extra for the meet and greet. And I'll just hang out at the club. Is like, and at $500 a seat, the money, is going to still be meaningful, like it's still going to be whatever. What's that fucking, $150,000? I mean, like, the numbers add up. So.
I can't imagine what they get paid a night. That's got to be nuts.
Oh, like, dude, Sebastian Maniscalco won't leave his house for less than $500,000. I'm sure.
That's nuts. Yeah. And he's not even top of the fucking pile. That's wild, dude.
I mean, I would bet Dave's making $30 to $50 million a year just touring easily.
But what going back to what you were saying though, like it seems like the new trend that's coming up is these specials being filmed in like 300 to 500 seaters.
No, I do feel that. I feel like it's going back to sort of the grittiness of the club, because that's really where comedy all started, right? The comedy sellers of the world, right? Like 200 seats, low, cramped, dark. You're in there, like the lacquer bounces off the walls. The vibe in there is hard to. I mean, I've been to shows. I've been to Bill Burr at the Garden, and I've been to fucking I saw him at the Cellar when he was a nobody, and the vibe is just different. And I think capturing that on film for a special translates better than doing it in a big arena show. I really do.
I agree with that fully. Yeah. Yeah.
I think you want to do it in a fucking kill box. You don't want to go anywhere. Like, and then I think doing arenas in like these big shows, it feeds the ego.
Yeah. And it feeds your wallet.
Feed the ego, because as an artist, that those little tinier rooms, that's where you're going to get the biggest pops. Because you're going to be able to feel it, and it's the energy. It's people sitting next to each other. It's the booze, the sweat, the fucking broken AC.
What happens in the room, right? You hear table 14 talking, you get involved with it, right?
Yeah.
That just does not happen at an arena. It can't happen.
No.
Okay. Do y'all remember? I mean, we got to wrap up here in a couple of minutes, but do y'all remember your first crowd interaction that just like fucked you up? And did you know what to say first time, or did you just fight through it, or like what? Like,
yeah, I mean, I'll go first. For me, it was weird. Like, coming up, a lot of crowds didn't talk back to me. One, because I feel, and I think, a friend of mine, another comic in Boston told me, "He's like, yeah, who the fuck's going to talk to you? Like the bouncer, they're going to come off stage." And
hold on. Let me preface. Like, somebody was disrupting or something, or talking or some shit. Do you call them out?
The only time I call them out is if they're talking amongst themselves. I just talk louder. That's actually the worst type of crowd member, in my opinion, Ralph. I don't know if you agree. Like, if they're drunk and they're talking amongst themselves at the table, that's distracting. But if they're talking to me, or if I'm talking to them and they respond back to me, that's fine. It's when they're not paying attention to the show and they're interrupting the tables around, and that's when I get a little annoyed. And what I tend to do there is I'll just speak louder, and if they keep going, I'll say, "Hey, is everything all right?" And they'll just, "Oh, fine." Well, then they'll respond. Then I'll work with that.
Then you play with that. Okay.
Yeah, I play with that. But that's why I like drunk girls in a bachelor party. They're the worst because they're the ones talking to each other the most.
Yeah.
It's never the drunk guy yelling at you while you're on stage. That's easy to handle, in my opinion. It's when they're talking amongst themselves and distracting the people around them that it gets hard to deal with.
I've had to check myself. I guess only one time I had to check myself. I got obliterated and then went to go see Jim Norton.
Oh, he'll fuck you up. Saying,
well, no, he didn't. I was just like, fucking dude, Chip, just fucking. And then I realized like I'm being that guy. God damn it. I got to stop,
Yeah.
But yeah, he did obliterate somebody that was not far from me doing the same shit. I was like, okay, I shut the fuck up,
Yeah. The scope missed your head. Good.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. That's my biggest fear, is being that fella. I don't want to be the Instagram clip.
Yeah. What about you, Ralph? What was the weirdest shit you like? What's your most difficult fucking crowd person to handle?
So I've had two. I'll tell you two different stories. One, to piggyback off of what Burley said, this guy is now going to be an Instagram clip now that I got my new laptop.
Nice.
So I was up up by you. I was up in Providence back in August. I was doing a show at the George. It's a fucking great place. If you ever go back home and you want to,
I definitely want to go back to Providence. Yeah,
because that dude is cool as shit. But there was a dude on a date, and he was so fucked up. The girl did not want to be there anymore, and you could visibly see it. He got them pizza, couldn't find the plates, didn't realize that they put the pizza, like how they have the pizza on the top and then they have it like on the tray where they bring it out.
Yeah.
The tray over the plates. The guy couldn't find the plates. There's hot steaming pizza, and he's pulling it off and holding it in his hand, trying to eat a hot slice while talking to her, sitting in the front row right in front of me. And so I just kept ripping him the entire fucking time.
Well, he had that one coming, man. I mean, when you put that kind of fucking mischief up front,
riff-raff. Yo, let me tell you, this is the best part. After the end of the show, you do the meet and greet, try to get the follows. Hey, what up? One of the other comics that was on the show came up to me and he goes, "Hey, that girl that was with the guy, she wanted me to give you this." And I go, "Oh, what?" And he goes, "Oh, this is her number.
There you go.
She wants to fuck you."
Nice.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Comics will tell you how scandalous women are that have husbands or boyfriends. They're fucking.
Oh,
dude, you look the other way, they'll act just as foul as we do, fellas. Be warned.
What are they called? Chuckle fuckers?
Chuckle fuckers, man.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you date them. I don't know. It's crazy.
Sometimes you marry them twice.
He said twice. Nice. Fucking
the silver, the fucking the silver
exactly.
box, man. It's
Randy,
great.
I've got two questions for you, but I want you to hit your plugs real quick before I hit.
Every Wednesday, you can hear me on my podcast, the Race Up Below podcast. I'll definitely have both you boys on if you ever come out to LA, or if I'm ever out by you. I'll get a little road setup going.
Let's do it.
And then you can find me on Instagram at Randy Valerio, same on Twitter. If you want to see my road dates, go to jeffdied.com.
Whoa.
I'm working on my website, but they'll all be mostly the same dates. Where am I next? I think I'm in Portland before Christmas, and then Denver for New Year's. I got some local shows in November here. I'm trying to think what I got at the end, but I can't think of it. Just follow me at Randy Valerio on Instagram. That's where all the dirt goes down. You'll see all the podcast clips. You'll know where I'll be next, all that good stuff.
Hell yeah. Ralph, where can people find you, brother?
Right there. Just look at the name, Ralph the Mouth 81, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow me. Website, ralphthemouth.com. All my dates go all basically through IG. So just follow me there. And outside of, I got a bunch of local shows, November, December. December, I'm headlining Laugh It Up in Poughkeepsie with my boy Joe Hill. So, come on back. It's a homecoming show, baby. Got a whole new hour.
Hell yeah.
And if you've been following me and you know what happened over this last year, I got those flames, man.
Some shit's happening.
Somebody's getting fucking torched and it ain't me.
All right. So before I kick into these, Ralph, you're about to ask a question. I fucked up.
Oh, it's all good, man. Yo, it's a fun episode, man. No, you were asking when was the first time before about having a heckler moment. And I'd been on stage like maybe 4 or 5 times. And this girl, I was doing a show, it was up in Albany, and this girl came down the aisle to go to her seat, fucking wasted, and goes, gong, gong, boo.
She thought it was the Apollo, the Sandman was going to come out, or what?
Yeah. You came out with a big hook.
No, if Sandman came out with that hook, I would have hooked her fucking ass to shut the fuck up. Yo, I looked at her and she had one earring, and it was just one giant feather. And I was like, you're telling me to shut up. You look like Pocahontas' retarded sister. Okay.
Nice.
Stop it. I go, look at you. You got Velcro shoes on. You got Velcro. Aren't your parents around anymore? Did they not teach you how to tie a shoe? And that was it. And that was the first time that I had a heckler. It was also the first time I ever drank before a show. And I've never had any alcohol before a show ever since.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, at least you handled it well that one time.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, listen, I get high as a fucking kite. That's for sure.
we all have our different pre-show rituals.
Yeah, there's no way I'm getting on stage without a couple drinks. God damn it. Okay, Randy, on this show, I always ask the guests 2 questions. I preempted you to this. Like, it's the rage and pillage questions. Rage meaning party, pillage meaning stealing. What's your favorite party story of raging that can't get you in trouble today?
Can't get in trouble today. That's the hard one that can't get me in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've done, I was in college in a fraternity, so that all those are fucking mayhem. But probably my favorite rage stories. I went on 3 bachelor parties and never did the wedding.
No shit.
My own bachelor party. Called the wedding off like 5 weeks before the actual event.
Smart man.
We went to Costa Rica for a week. I don't have to explain to you guys what Latin America is like, I'm sure. But from the looks of the 2 of you, I'm sure you've been down there before.
Yeah. I live there. I'm in Houston. I forgot to tell you. Yeah.
It is Latin America.
We were at a gated villa for a week, and we brought the party to us, let me say.
Nice.
So it was a river of beautiful Latin women, which was nice.
When did it start snowing in Latin America? Goddamn.
Yeah, no shit, man. I mean, listen, it was part of the package, right? It was all inclusive, and they didn't specify.
Yeah.
all straws included.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. So that was always fun. I mean, there's a lot of rage stories where we got into trouble, but I won't. Like you said, I don't want to get. Others were involved, and I don't want to reveal who they are, because if I say what period of time it was in my life, it'd be pretty easy.
Oh yeah, for sure,
what crew I was rolling with. And then in terms of pillaging,
the pillage. I always have to explain it again. Let me do the precursor, brother.
All right.
Pillage. Everybody's stolen something, whether it's fucking chapstick from your mom's purse or land from the Palestinians. Fucking everybody's stolen. Everybody's stolen something. Fucking. Fucking. What's your favorite stealing story that can't get you in trouble today, brother?
All right. Well, I got 2. So one in general, and this continues to this day. So you have to catch me for it to count. But whenever I do self-checkout, I steal something, because I don't work for free. That's just fucking, and I don't steal a lot, but if I'm in CVS, I get a little extra yogurt, or a pack of gum on top of that. Cause I'm spending 30 seconds, I'm getting my fucking end. So that's some low level fucking thievery I do. But to be fair, all the retailers bake that into their numbers. It's still more profitable for them to have a customer steal every time they do self-checkout than pay an employee a living wage.
100%.
Wow. Shut the fuck up.
So fuck them. But a real thievery source. When I was from 11 to 13, and this, so I'm 40 years old now. So this is back from like 94 to 97. Me and a buddy of mine had an internet theft ring where we would go into AOL chat rooms, run a program that my buddy developed. I would run this program overnight, and we would steal people's login information, but then also get their credit card information and then use that to buy shit online and send it to our neighbors' houses. And we would just wait outside during the summertime and say, oh, that's my aunt. I'll sign for it. So we still, I don't know how many pairs of Timberland boots, Palm Pilots, all this shit. And the reason I can talk about that, Burley, is because one, the Internet Crime Act hadn't been written yet. That was like 96 or 97 when that came out. So it wasn't even a crime what I was doing yet. There was no such thing as identity theft. No one thought about this stuff yet. And certainly no one thought a 12-year-old was doing it.
Damn.
And two, the statute of limitations is up, baby. 7 years. This is fucking 25 years ago. So.
I was just in there probably jerking off to some 40-year-old guy thinking it was a chick. And I'm going ASL. Yeah, ASL, motherfucker. Yeah, God damn it, you're making money. I'm a retarded person. Jesus Christ. That's all right. That's all right.
So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's top tier. That Ralph had a pretty crazy one that we had to cut off the show because names and everything were fucking named, but it was
those are the best stories that you have to cut out always, right? It's like, God damn it.
When we go off camera, I'll tell you.
It's good shit.
Dude, it's a fucking
No. Save it for my podcast, and we'll leave out the names. I have an in-studio producer. I'll have him bleep it all out.
This guy's got an Asian boy that does shit for him. Yeah. Shit.
I know his story. He was on Epstein Island.
You ever heard of the Lolita Express?
It was him, Billy Clinton, Prince Andrew, Jeffy, and Ralph the Mouth.
We had our own cool handshake.
I was the one who said, you know what you should do? You should pierce your dick, dude. Chicks dig it.
You were the one who told Bill to come on her dress? Dude, you should totally come on the dress.
What better way to do it than the Oval Office? It's so obvious, and no one will ever see it.
I know, dude. I almost once bought a watercolor painting of Bill Clinton sniffing a cigar. Just because it was such a funny idea.
Dude, the thought of Bill Clinton's Prince Albert makes me laugh so much. That's the name of the episode. That's the name of the episode.
Yeah, Bill Clinton, Prince Albert?
Yeah, that's the name of the episode.
Perfect. We can't top that. We got to end it there.
Yeah, we're ending it here. Fellas, thank y'all so fucking much for being on. It's been a goddamn blast.
All right, dude, guys, I had so much fun. Thank you so much for having me. Love you guys. Please check me out. I'll come back anytime you guys want. This was a blast.
Hell yeah, dude. Fucking everybody follow these two fucking guys over here. Fucking talk to y'all later.
Thanks, guys. Peace.
And if you don't know, now you